Hello and welcome to Laurice's Kitchen. I'm making my South by Southwest chili. Now it is cold here in the Northern Hemisphere, but we do seem to make this chili year-round. Not only will I be making a ground beef version, but I'll also be making a meatless version with TVP, so let's get started. If you're making the meatless or vegan version of this, we're going to start with the TVP. You'll need 2 cups, which is about 4 ounces by weight, reconstituted in 14 ounces of liquid. If you're making the vegan version of this, you would use water or vegetable bouillon to reconstitute it. If you're just making it meatless and don't care, you can use beef or chicken broth. These take about 10 minutes to fully reconstitute. If you're making the beef version, you need 1 pound of ground beef, and this is 90% lean. We'll also need 1 pound of a Southwest vegetable mix. Now I do make my own. If you don't make your own, you can buy a Santa Fe mix, but you can see this is mostly corn with a little bit of black beans, onions, and bell peppers. My homemade version is a little more evenly mixed. Where I come from, if your chili doesn't have beans in it, it's used as a topping for something else. So we'll be using both red beans and pink beans. Now you can use red beans in sauce or plain red beans. If you're going to use the plain ones, make sure to drain them. If you're using the sauce, leave the sauce in there, it's delicious. We'll also need a can of diced and a can of tomato sauce along with a can of Rotel. Let's move on to the spices. For our Southwest chili seasoning, we're starting with 1 tablespoon of Tango Joe's Twist and Shout. Now he doesn't make this anymore, so I do have a recipe for it and I will include it at the end. We're also going to need a tablespoon of cumin, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and I do like to use the Southwest Sunset by Tango Joe. It's very good. We'll also need 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, along with 1 teaspoon of chipotle powder. Now you can use up to a tablespoon, but I've gotten some really hot stuff and it's made the chili almost inedible. So this is just a teaspoon. This is a whole tablespoon of salt, but again, this is all we're putting in this whole batch of chili, along with a ½ tablespoon of black pepper. Whenever I make one batch, I always put a second batch of the seasoning blend together because we make this chili so frequently. And I like to leave it in its layers because then it looks like its namesake. We're going to start by browning the protein. Now if you're using the beef, you just put that in. If you're using the TVP, you're going to have to add about 2 tablespoons of oil first. Next in go the spices, and I'm going to mix these up before I put them in. Or if they're in that little container, they get shaken. I like making this chili because it comes together so fast and requires very little prep work. Alright, once this gets mixed in, we're going to add those Southwest vegetables. And I know corn is a controversial ingredient in chili, but it works very well in this. If you can't bring yourself to add corn, don't add it. All right, once these get mixed in, we just add in the rest of the ingredients. This does have its liquid. We're going to let this simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes. Of course, the longer you let it simmer, the better the flavor is going to be. And like all chili, I think this probably tastes better the second day. All right, this is just starting to simmer. I've had this on kind of medium high. I'm going to turn it down to medium low because I don't want this popping all over the place. And eventually I will cover it. Just going to stir this once or twice during the cooking. Help to keep things from burning on the bottom. All right, we're getting ready to taste this chili. Now, of course, if you're making this vegan, you're not going to top it with cheese and sour cream, which I've done here, along with just a little bit of hot sauce. So let's give this a taste. And I will probably burn my mouth. Get a little of everything in here. Oh my God. So good. Perfect. Thank you for visiting Laurice's Kitchen. If you enjoyed this video, give the like button a click and don't forget to leave a comment. We're always happy to hear from you. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and don't keep us a secret. Share our videos with your friends and family. You can follow us on Facebook for behind-the-scenes pics and videos, and on Twitter for upcoming videos and the random cat picture.